How's it going, everyone? Huge news breaking just now. One of the biggest and most anticipated games for the rest of the year, Assassin's Creed Shadows, has been delayed until February of 2025, dropping on February the 14th. And they have a full statement out, but I first want to say, buckle up and prepare your wallets for the month of February. It seems like every year, February just slaughters gamers' wallets. You're talking Assassin's Creed Shadows. You're talking Monster Hunter Wilds. You're talking Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. You're talking Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. That is just off the top of my head. We are gonna go absolutely broke, so keep that in mind. But AC Shadows, the official statement says, "Dear players, Assassin's Creed Shadows is a dream project for us, finally bringing the series to feudal Japan with many features developed with our community in mind, such as parkour or the renewed stealth brought by new technology, all set in a beautiful and immersive world. This is an ambitious addition to the franchise, a rich experience that can be lived through the eyes of two unique protagonists, but we realize we need more time to polish and refine the experience, pushing further some of our key features. As such, we've made the decision to postpone the release date to February 14, 2025. The game will release on a broad range of platforms, including Steam at launch. Huge news! Additionally, pre-orders will be refunded and all future pre-orders will be granted the first expansion for free. We understand the decision will come as disappointing news, especially to those who have been patiently waiting for an Assassin's Creed game inspired by feudal Japan, but we sincerely believe this is in the best interest of the game and ultimately your experience as a player. Rest assured, we are looking forward to the moment you will embark on a memorable adventure with Naoe and Yasuke. Until then, we thank you for your ongoing support that is coming from the teams working at Assassin's Creed Shadows." Holy hell, huge news, and timing-wise, kind of interesting, coming just the day after Ghost of Yote got revealed. I was about to say Ghost of Tsushima 2, but unfortunately, this is one of the biggest game releases of the year, and even if you have your whatever opinion on Ubisoft, AC Shadows, Assassin's Creed going to feudal Japan is something that people have wanted for so very long. The fact it is getting delayed, I don't know, we got a lot of big games coming out. It's not the biggest deal in the world. It's just, I look at February, and by the way, if you have a PC or an Xbox, Avowed is coming out in February as well. That is 5 massive games off the top of my head. Just absolutely enormous in terms of February. This might be one of the biggest Februaries in the history of gaming as well. 2022 had the release of Dying Light 2, Elden Ring, and Horizon Forbidden West in that month. 2023, I can't remember off the top of my head, but generally speaking, what I am saying is February is always seemingly packed, but I can't remember a February that was this packed. I just remember going back to 2022 and being like, bro, why are there like 8 million games coming out this month? And that has generally been the case. A lot of those January, February, Marches, but man, this year in February, Yakuza, Pirate in Hawaii, I keep butchering the name, Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, Monster Hunter Wilds, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Avowed, and why am I already forgetting another game? Assassin's Creed Shadows. So, a lot of stuff coming out is what I'm saying, and yeah, your wallet should be very much prepared. It is interesting, though, they are pivoting to a Steam release right out the gate. I guess they probably, you know, this is something that's been happening quite a while as far as them looking at their sales structure and just games leaving Steam and then ultimately, you know, crawling back to Steam. Has happened with Microsoft, has happened with Bethesda, has happened with EA, Rockstar, and now Ubisoft as the latest publisher that is bringing their games right away onto Steam, which is great. Like, get this game out to as many people as possible, and the game is going to be refunding all pre-orders, and all future pre-orders are getting the first expansion for free. That's a massive piece of news as well. I mean, Ubisoft adopting something that is going to be more, I don't know, alluring to the consumer. I always find that to be a good thing. We'll see how they ultimately shake everything else out and whether or not they will do fake early access for this game. I feel like that is going to be a very interesting element to study as far as all of this is concerned. And just to add this news has also dropped. Assassin's Creed Shadows will release on Steam. The game will mark the return of our new releases on Steam day one. Remember, Ubisoft had pulled their games on Steam and were doing a delayed release structure so they could prioritize Ubisoft Connect, get subscription services. Generally speaking. That does not work out well. Ask Activision how that went, ask Bethesda, ask EA. They ultimately all come back to Steam. On top of that, we are departing from the traditional season pass model. All players will be able to enjoy the game at the same time on February 14th. That to me is saying no fake early access, and those who pre-order the game will be granted the first expansion for free. You guys, this is absolutely enormous news, given that I feel like this is a sign of Ubisoft finally opening its eyes to the criticism, finally realizing that they cannot keep going on with this, that they cannot continually destroy the consumer's respect. At some point, yes, an IP like Assassin's Creed is huge, but you look at how Star Wars Outlaws did, you look at how Avatar Frontiers of Pandora did, those games seemingly didn't do all too well commercially. Even a Prince of Persia The Lost Crown really enjoyed that game earlier this year. However, locking that game away from Steam, negating a large portion of people from even seeing the game that it's out, is just ludicrous. For what? Doing fake early access. They have been doing anti-consumer practice for years and years and years, and I've been pushing back on it for a long time, and a lot of the times when I record videos like this, having an absolute, aneurysm, I feel like, guys, I'm an adult at this point. I am having meltdowns over video games. Like, this is insane. Thankfully, your boy gets compensated for it, so like maybe you could say, hey, I'm winning. But even then, sometimes I feel like an absolute clown doing this and raging all the time. But at the same time, when we actually get small victories like this, it makes it worthwhile to me. It absolutely makes it worthwhile to me. And hopefully this is going to be a case of other publishers taking note, because Ubisoft has been absolutely destroying its goodwill. Go back to the late 2000s and Ubisoft's perception from the consumer was so much different than what it is now. People loved Ubisoft back in the late 2000s. Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, that era of Ubisoft, Splinter Cell games, the lead up to Watch Dogs 1, the perception of Ubisoft was a far cry from what it is now. They need to rebuild consumer goodwill more than anything at this point, and I think they finally reached the point where people took notice with the Star Wars Outlaws ridiculous $130 Ultimate Edition. People took notice with AC Shadows. I mean, we've been covering it for a long time, but, it's just Ubisoft was inching further and further and further away and just trying to get away with crazy stuff. Finally, it seemed like there was this large pushback, and now Ubisoft getting completely crapped all over. You look at the comment section of some of the videos they upload, it's insane, but they're finally, at least at this point, course correcting to an extent. I'm taking a small victory here, taking a small victory lap. We'll see where it ultimately goes in the future. But that's gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.